Hello and welcome back to another episode of Codes This Week, your go-to source for the latest legal updates presented by LiveLaw. I'm your host, Ostika Das, and I'm here to take you through the most significant updates from the week. From the corridors of the Supreme Court to local judicial proceedings, I'll be providing you with clear and concise summaries that keep you informed and ahead of the curve. But remember, for a more in-depth understanding, do visit our website at www.livelaw.in. In today's episode, we cover the controversy over the Shahi Jama Masjid in Uttar Pradesh's Sambhal, the Supreme Court's response to a plea challenging the inclusion of socialist and secular in the Preamble of the Indian Constitution, the ongoing Delhi air pollution case, the Madras High Court's ruling on magic mushrooms, and much more. So let's dive into the headlines. The biggest news this week are the communal tensions in Sambhal in Uttar Pradesh, where a local court had ordered a survey of the Shahi Jama Masjid over claims by plaintiffs that it was built over the remains of a Hindu temple. Last Tuesday, the Civil Judge Senior Division in Sambhal directed an advocate commissioner to conduct a survey of the Shahi Jama Masjid. As reported, the court issued its order within 3 hours of the plea being filed at around 1:30 p.m. By 6:15 p.m., the advocate commissioner, accompanied by a special team, had arrived at the site to commence the survey. Reportedly, violence broke out during the second attempt to conduct the survey, resulting in clashes between the residents and the police force. This week, the Supreme Court intervened, hearing a special leave petition filed by the Mosque's Management Committee challenging the survey under the Places of Worship Act 1991. The petitioner, represented by senior advocate Huzaifa Ahmedi, argued that the order by the Sambhal civil judge was issued without their participation and in a hot haste. A bench comprising Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar refrained from commenting on the merits of the Mosque Committee's plea, but directed it to be kept pending for further monitoring. It asked the Mosque Committee to challenge the order before the High Court or any other appropriate forum as per law, cautioning that the trial court would not proceed with the matter until the petition is listed before the concerned court and only in terms of the directions then issued by it. The Supreme Court also directed the concerned court to list any petition or appeal filed by the Mosque Committee within 3 working days. Not only this, but the bench also categorically directed that the Advocate Commissioner's report would remain sealed in the meantime. Additionally, the Supreme Court stressed the need for peace and harmony, with Additional Solicitor General K.M. Nataraj assuring that the district administration would ensure the same. The bench also suggested forming a community mediation committee to facilitate dialogue. This matter has been scheduled for further hearing in the week commencing 6th January. Meanwhile, 3 PILs have been filed in the High Court alleging police misconduct and demanding accountability from district officials regarding the recent violence. The Supreme Court has dismissed petitions questioning the inclusion of socialist and secular in the Constitution's preamble introduced by the 42nd Amendment in 1976. Petitioners, including BJP leader Dr. Subramaniam Swamy and advocate Ashwini Upadhyay, argue that the preamble's amendment required the Constituent Assembly's authority. However, the bench comprising Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar ruled that Parliament's amendment power extends to the preamble. They clarified that the preamble's adoption date does not limit Parliament's authority to amend it. Chief Justice Khanna highlighted that reversing this process after decades would be unjustifiable. Last week, Chief Justice Khanna had remarked that India's socialism differs from other countries, focusing on a welfare state rather than curbing private enterprise. This week, the Supreme Court has raised concerns over the low conviction rates in cases prosecuted by the Enforcement Directorate during former West Bengal Minister Partho Chatterjee's bail plea hearing. Chatterjee, in custody since July 2023, faces allegations of money laundering linked to a bribery scandal involving teacher recruitments. Senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi argued for Chatterjee's bail, citing his advanced age, prolonged detention, and the slow progress of trial involving 183 witnesses. Rohatgi invoked Section 479 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, which permits bail after serving 1/3 of the maximum sentence. However, ASG SV Raju opposed the bail, highlighting the gravity of the corruption affecting over 50,000 candidates and alleging that Chatterjee could influence witnesses if released. The bench, comprising Justices Surya Kant and Ujjal Bhuya, expressed concerns over the prolonged pre-trial detention and ED's low conviction rates. Although inclined to grant bail, the bench adjourned the hearing to get more details on Chatterjee's custody status in connected CBI cases. A bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justices Abhay S. Oak and Augustine George Massey heard the Delhi air pollution matter this week, focusing on the continuation of GRAP 4 restrictions in Delhi NCR. The Commission for Air Quality Management had imposed these restrictions last week after the Air Quality Index crossed hazardous levels, halting construction activities, banning trucks carrying non-essential goods, and shifting physical school classes online. However, senior advocate Manika Guruswamy this week highlighted the negative impact on underprivileged students who rely on midday meals at school. Recognizing this, the court directed CAQM to reconsider the suspension of physical classes and decide on the continuation of classes for standards 10 and 12 by the next day. During the hearing, the bench also criticized the authorities for lax enforcement of GRAP 4, including the failure to enforce the truck entry ban, with amicus curiae senior advocate Aprajita Singh reporting that many checkpoints were unmanned or lacked clarity on orders. The court instructed CAQM to initiate prosecution against officials who failed to enforce the ban. Additionally, reports submitted by court commissioners revealed ongoing violations, including construction in posh colonies and waste burning. The court directed that the GRAP 4 restrictions remain in place until Monday, with further action to be decided by the CAQM. The court also demanded responses from NCR states by Monday on actions to address these breaches and criticized the CAQM for issuing a clarification allowing certain construction activities, instructing it to withdraw the said notification. The Supreme Court has constituted an SIT to probe allegations of custodial torture involving 2 women arrested during protests in West Bengal following the RG Kar Medical College rape murder incident. The state of West Bengal had challenged the Calcutta High Court's order for a CBI investigation, arguing that it undermined the competence of senior state police officers. Earlier, while issuing notice, a bench of Justices Suryakant and Ujjal Bhuiyan had stayed the High Court's direction and asked the state government to submit a list of IPS officers, including women officers, who can be included in a special investigation team to investigate this case instead of the CBI. This week, the court accepted the state's proposal, forming an SIT also including officers serving in West Bengal but not native to it. The SIT has been directed to provide weekly status reports to the Calcutta High Court. Explaining the rationale for such an order, the bench said that the frequent transfers of investigations to the CBI could demoralize state police officers. It also said that it should not be presumed that senior officers allocated to West Bengal cadre are incompetent or inefficient in holding a fair and independent investigation. This week, the Supreme Court delivered a significant ruling in a case involving fraudulent claims of scheduled caste status. In C. Selvarani versus the Special Secretary cum District Collector, the petitioner, born a Christian, claimed to be a Hindu while applying for an upper division clerk job in Puducherry, seeking SC reservation benefits. She claimed that her father was Hindu, her mother Christian, but both later practiced Hinduism. She further claimed that her family belonged to the Valluvan caste, and throughout her education she was recognized as part of the SC community, with both her father and brother holding SC certificates. However, evidence revealed her father, originally from an SC community, had converted to Christianity and that she was baptized as a child. The court found her consistent Christian practice and lack of proof of reconversion to Hinduism. Upholding the Madras High Court's ruling, the Supreme Court emphasized that converting solely to avail of SC benefits is unconstitutional, reiterating that scheduled caste benefits are reserved for genuine community members who reconvert and are accepted by their caste. Accordingly, the court dismissed her appeal. This week, the Supreme Court dismissed a PIL filed by evangelist Dr. K.A. Paul seeking a return to paper ballots and disqualification of candidates found guilty of distributing money or liquor during elections. Dr. Paul argued that physical ballots are used in 180 countries and claimed that massive funds were given to major political parties, including the BJP and Congress, by a single businessman. The bench of Justices Vikram Nath and P.V. Varale rejected his plea, emphasizing that electronic voting machines or EVMs are only criticized when results are unfavorable. During the hearing, the bench commented that when a political leader wins the elections, EVMs are not blamed as having been tampered with. But when they lose elections, they say EVMs have been tampered with. The Supreme Court has previously rejected a petition for 100% cross-verification of EVM data with VVPAT records, expressing confidence in the integrity of India's current electoral process and dismissing calls for reverting to paper ballots. The Madras High Court has ruled that magic mushrooms known for their psychedelic effects, are not inherently classified as narcotic or psychotropic substances under the NDPS Act. This decision came in a bail plea by S. Mohan, arrested for possessing 60 grams of magic mushrooms. Mohan argued that magic mushrooms, being natural products, are not explicitly listed under the NDPS Act, and the quantity of psilocybin, the active compound, must be verified. The court agreed, noting the forensic science lab report did not specify psilocybin content. Considering Mohan's clean record and prolonged detention since August, the court granted bail. However, this view diverges from the stance of Justice Bharta Chakravarti of the same High Court, who concluded that the entire weight of the mushroom should determine its classification as contraband. The Kerala High Court has granted anticipatory bail to Malayalam actor Baburaj, accused of sexual harassment, citing an unreasonable delay in filing the FIR. The complainant came forward after the release of the Justice K. Hema Committee report this year, which exposed widespread abuse in the Malayalam film industry. The complainant has accused the actor of verbally abusing her in 2018 when she worked as a receptionist at his resort in Munnar. She further alleges that in 2019 he raped her at his home after inviting her to discuss a possible opportunity in the film industry. The survivor claims that she delayed filing the FIR due to personal challenges, including separation from her husband, and only acted after remarrying in 2023. The court, however, was unconvinced by this explanation, noting the delay of nearly 5 years. Justice C.S. Dias also referenced the Supreme Court's recent decision granting bail to actor Siddiqui under similar circumstances while granting anticipatory bail. In another case stirring religious sentiments, the Ajmer District Court in Rajasthan has issued notices concerning a suit claiming that Ajmer Sharif Dargah is built over a Shiv temple. Filed by Hindu Sena President Vishnu Gupta, the suit seeks a survey by the Archaeological Survey of India to verify the claim and demands reconstruction of the alleged Bhagwan Shri Sankat Mochan Mahadev temple at the site. Notices were sent to the ASI, Union Ministry of Minority Affairs, and the Dargah Committee. The petition asserts that early Muslim rulers often constructed religious sites over pre-existing Hindu temples. The plaintiff argues for preserving the temple's religious character, alleging illegal occupation by the Dargah Committee. The court has scheduled the next hearing for 20th December. And that's a wrap for this week's Legal News Roundup. But before we bid adieu, the entire LiveLaw team has a small request for our dedicated viewers. As an independent and fact-driven media organization, we are deeply committed to fearless and ethical journalism. To continue bringing you the latest legal updates, especially in this dynamic audio-visual format, we rely on your support. So here's how you can help. Give our video a thumbs up if you found it informative. Share it with your family, friends, classmates, and colleagues. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content. Drop your valuable thoughts and feedback in the comments below and hit that bell icon to stay updated with our latest releases. Don't forget to visit our website at www.livelaw.in for our in-depth reports and analysis. Not only this, but the LiveLaw channel offers memberships for only ₹89 per month. Become a part of LL supporters today to access exclusive perks such as loyalty badges next to your name in comments and live chat, priority reply to comments, and for our student pass audience, early access to explainers and legal updates. I'm your host, Ostika Das, and it's been a pleasure bringing you this week's Legal News Roundup. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay tuned to LiveLaw. Thank you for watching.